All right, we have a lot of exciting news surrounding Nintendo and really Nintendo Switch 2. Look, Nintendo themselves bringing the goods today with a free Animal Crossing update, also a Switch 2 edition, and it's coming in January. So we now kind of know Nintendo's January plans to sort of pair with Final Fantasy VII. Lots of stuff being added there. We also have some Resident Evil news to go over as well. And hey, how about some Mario Cinematic Universe or Nintendo Cinematic Universe stuff to go over? What? Yeah, we have a lot to dive into today. So before we do, I want to remind you we are giving away 3 copies of Age of Imprisonment, comes out next week, and 5 copies of Kirby Air Riders. You can enter those giveaways down in the pinned comment or the description. We got some links down there, but that's not the only link that's down there, because guess what, folks? Today's video is sponsored, and it is sponsored by Lexar. Well, folks, this video is sponsored by the Lexar Play Pro Micro SD Express card. Oh my gosh, they have a whole bunch of different sizes for you, but really the size we like to talk about when it comes to Switch 2, because look, games are getting bigger than ever, and this thing only takes Micro SD Express, is the 1 terabyte Lexar Play Pro card. This bad boy right here. And I'm actually happy to talk about today that you don't just have to go to Amazon anymore to buy this card. It is now available online on Costco. Yes, you do need to be a member, but it's just another way to get your hands on the world's first 1 terabyte micro SD Express card. Perfect for your Nintendo Switch 2. Look, I have one of them actually already in here, and another staff member of mine also has one, because look, Lexar creates quality products, and if you want to get your hands on the Lexar Play Pro 1 terabyte card, go ahead and check out through the links down in the description to either Costco or Amazon. I want to thank you guys so much, and let's go ahead and get back to the video. Again, shout out to Lexar for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and dive into this first piece of news. This is huge. They dropped a 12-minute trailer today, Nintendo did, for Animal Crossing New Horizons, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition and free update. There's a lot in here. We're going to kind of summarize it. We're not going to watch the entire trailer, of course. It's pretty long. If you want to go watch it, you can go down below. They're releasing a Switch 2 Edition. I believe the price is probably going to be $10, because the actual content updates, those are coming with that free update version 3.0 the same day, January 15th. So I'm hoping that it's just a $10 update. There'll obviously be a full-priced Switch 2 edition that you can buy. I already own the game, so obviously I'll just go ahead and get that update. I do like Animal Crossing, but they enhanced the resolution and graphics, of course. Unfortunately, they did not enhance the frame rate. That's rather unfortunate here, because that's something I would have liked to see. I know that Animal Crossing doesn't necessarily need 60 FPS, but it certainly would have been nice for some of the timing events like fishing and stuff like that. But still, obviously, this is a big improvement. They obviously are showing mouse mode off as here. You know, they have full mouse controls. Obviously, Animal Crossing makes a ton of sense to have mouse controls. And they've added some other stuff too, some camera things going on. You know, you can go in here and get the megaphone and all that, but they also show, like, you know, working with buddies. Previously up to 8 players could play together, and that has actually been increased to 12 players that can play together now. So that's really good. You can obviously see some game chat integration here with the 12 players. Also, in addition to that, they're going to show the camera off here where your faces can appear in the game. We've actually seen this previously in other Nintendo games, such as Super Mario Party. So, you know, this is pretty cool. I like to see this integration. This is obviously stuff via game chat that's only possible with Switch 2. And obviously, you know, they have some other stuff here going on with the look at the Switch 2 edition here, or the upgrade pack, again, January 15th. Now, what's really exciting, though, is mostly the 3.0 update. And this is free for everyone. So this is not something that you have to spend money to get. Everyone's getting this, whether you have it on Switch 2 or Switch 1. There's quite a bit of content packed into here. Now, they are obviously going to be maybe the final update here. They talked about the last update being final, but, you know, they decided they wanted to maybe bring Animal Crossing back, fresh face. There are some people in the Animal Crossing community that thinks this is actually an update that's encouraging people to maybe go pick up a Switch 2, maybe pick up Animal Crossing again, as they might be announcing a new Animal Crossing not too far away. Or maybe it's an update that's supposed to tide you over for a few years. Obviously, we don't know, but we obviously have the hotel being added here. This is kind of the big thing. You'll be able to decorate the rooms. The rooms are going to have certain themes. They're going to give you items for that. You can also use items you've already unlocked, and you get special tickets you can use to get new items. It's kind of the big thing here with the hotel is, 200 tickets. You're sitting here getting hotel guests to come in. That's really cool. And you can deliver things as well. Okay, so that's neat. Obviously, Rossetti comes back. This is a big thing here. Rossetti actually is able to clear out sections for you, so you don't have to manually do it. So let's say you want to redecorate, like right here. Let's say you want to redecorate your front lawn. You can have Rossetti come in and just clear all this out for you, so you can then go ahead and redesign it any way that you want, and you'll see the end result after he does it. He actually has this really neat animation I wanted to show. Rangers go, and he is just sucking it all up. And then you go, you see the pristine lawn. This is a new feature being added to the game. I think this is going to make just designing things much easier. You can wipe whole areas out and redo it instead of having to manually do it one at a time. So this is a big improvement to me, kind of a quality of life upgrade. And then they have this slumber world you can go into. So you can go to sleep and wake up in a dream world where you can actually have up to 3 different islands. And you can pick your islands, small, medium, large, but you also have your friends come and join you here in Luna's new dream world. And basically everyone can work together as friends or just by yourself, of course, and design an entire map and world with your friends or by yourself. And that's really, really cool. So basically it's like multiplayer Animal Crossing, kind of in a way, at least the closest thing we're going to get. It's not quite like the mini games, of course, we had in New Leaf, but it's still a really, really nice addition and something we've never been able to do before, where everyone can work together. You're going to see in a moment where everyone can work together to design an island from scratch. That's pretty cool here. Just fast forward here to you can pick your own seasons as well. Like it's basically a completely customizable Animal Crossing map. But as you get here, you can add in obviously people from your island and all of that. Add in your friends, and look at this, everyone working together to build an island and do things. This is cool, man. This gives me like some Minecraft vibes a little bit. You know how you can all be on a Minecraft server together and do things. That's kind of what's going on here. So I really enjoy this. Look, they have some cool collaborations as well, and this is what got me excited. There's actually a Zelda collaboration in here. A little secret about treasure. Again, you want to get the exact details on this stuff. One of the things they did is Nintendo crossover items, and they allow you to get these consoles you're seeing in the background, the Game Boy. You can actually play a solitary classic game on these systems. That's right. They're bringing back the ability to play classic Nintendo games in your game. So you see Ice Climbers here. Obviously, I forget which one this one is. You see Dr. Mario on Game Boy. This is awesome. I'm really excited to see this come back. And then, all the Lego crossover stuff here, which is really cool. So Lego stuff being added in. No surprise, since Nintendo does now work directly with the Lego company. Now you can build a whole Lego room and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But we're not done. There's more of these themes coming, because with crossover with Amiibo, you're able to now create other themes beyond Lego. Let's talk about The Legend of Zelda. Oh man, this one, like you guys know, I'm a big Zelda person. You can use the Zelda amiibo to get these items and create these Zelda rooms. You can even see it's kind of got the whole thing going on for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Absolutely adore and love this. You see Tulin coming in here. Ah man, Minoru is in here. Man, I'm getting excited. As you're running around. You can Minero's house. This is so exciting. And they have more collaborations than that. They have Splatoon coming up here as well. Happy to see the Splatoon crossover. Again, you use the Splatoon amiibo to unlock a lot of this stuff. You're seeing them bring some of the characters in. You're seeing all the different squid bumpers and items and all this stuff. Like, this is cool. January 15th. Again, go ahead and check out the full trailer if you want all the exact details, but I'm so excited for this. Obviously, it's going to be in 4K, so that's exciting in and of itself. And next up, we actually have to talk about Resident Evil Revelations. Actually, more than Revelations, more than anything, because we're actually going to be doing all 3 of the Resident Evil games coming out next year in a solitary pack, the Resident Evil Generation Pack. So you're going to get Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil Village, and Resident Evil Biohazard all together in one pack for just $90. This is actually a fairly good price. Obviously, this is a digital version here. The games in this set can be purchased individually, obviously. You can experience all the stuff. $70, I feel like, is a fair value for all of this. I'm really excited for Resident Evil. I might pick up the Generation Pack. You know, I originally was only going to end up getting Requiem, but hey, that's a hard deal to pass up on. There's also going to be a Resident Evil Requiem amiibo coming summer. We don't know anything else. We haven't seen it. You know, it's going to be of Grace Ashcroft, but we don't know what the amiibo looks like. Obviously, Grace Ashcroft is the main character in Resident Evil Requiem that we play as. And then there's one other thing for Resident Evil Requiem. How about the Switch 2 Pro Controller? You can actually pre-order this right now. It'll release alongside the game. It's $100, so they're not really charging like a premium compared to other Pro Controllers. Well, let's just say the Switch 2 Pro Controllers are just expensive already. So, but there you go. I actually really like that design. Might pick it up. I usually like to have 2 Pro Controllers. We'll see. I already have one. Do I need a second Switch 2 Pro Controller right now? I don't know, but I kind of want it. It's pretty neat. That's all I can say is it's really, really neat. And now we can move on to one last thing here about Resident Evil. And that is just what you all get with the deluxe edition of Requiem. So you get 5 costumes, 4 weapon skins, 2 charms, 2 screen filters, custom sound pack, additional in-game files. Again, this is if you get the deluxe version of Requiem. This is independent of that combo pack we were talking about. So there you go. Just lots and lots of stuff here. I'll take a look at the image here and blow it up for you guys so you can kind of see. You can see the charms you get, the audio pack, the files, filters, costumes, skin. So there you go. All that kind of stuff. Now, the last story we have for you today is a rumor. And as always, a rumor is you got to have a grain of salt, right? You got to be skeptical. And this particular person, you still got to be skeptical regardless of their reputation. But this is getting shared around because they do have a reputation for getting certain movie leaks correct. And this deals with Nintendo. Scoop, Illumination, and Nintendo are planning a shared cinematic universe for Mario and Friends. A Donkey Kong movie is already in active development, while Luigi's Mansion and Princess Peach spin-off are also in the works. They're aiming to introduce more Nintendo characters through their own films, all leading up to a massive Super Smash Bros. Movie event. Now, this is quite interesting because we know that The Legend of Zelda is going to have a live-action movie. And live action wouldn't seem to really work in this sort of way. Like, you can't cross over Link and Zelda and Ganondorf from live action into cartoon. Doesn't work that way. So does that mean there's going to be separate Zelda animated series, perhaps like a show or something appearing on Netflix? I don't know. Or maybe just Zelda won't be included in this thing and they're just going to go with all the other various routes. Look, we've speculated and hoped and dreamed on a potential like Smash Bros. Style cinematic universe thing. It kind of felt like a pipe dream the moment that The Legend of Zelda was announced as a live action event. But I'm very curious to see what happens here. It's kind of weird because like they just mentioned characters we already know and already have crossed over literally in the Mario movie. So what about new stuff? Like to have a cinematic universe, you guys start having like a Kirby thing and a Metroid and something. So I don't know. I don't know if this is true. I don't know what's going on. It's also what everyone wants to happen, I feel like, from Nintendo fans. So a little bit of like, hey, I'm just telling you what you want to hear. So, of course, we want to believe it. It is a rumor. It does come from my time to shine. Hello, who has had leaks in the past, correct? But not everything. Got to keep that, cap of skepticism on. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I definitely will be live later tonight. We have a lot to discuss. We had an incredible podcast last night. In a moment on that podcast, I want to make sure I bring up and talk about because I still don't even know all the details from it. And I don't know if it's possible for me to know all the details because I was surprised last night. My community surprised me. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that tonight along with this, the Animal Crossing stuff, and so much more. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Nathaniel Rebel-Jans from Nintendo Prime. And hey, that's today's Nintendo news. I'll catch you in the next one.